Sin is an imaginary disease invented to sell an imaginary cure. There are those exploring Kemetic spirituality that will ask me if this or that is a sin, or what about this type of sin? They still think in religious terms. In African spirituality, the idea of sin was non-existent. Ancient Kemet thought in terms of you as an eternal soul as the real life. That means you can have hundreds and thousands of lifetimes in different physical bodies. All life experience is valid in the education of a soul. The Kemetic paradigm of reincarnation is analogous to playing characters in a movie. The movie is your life, and you play your part. That means sometimes you'll play the bad guy or gal in a co-creation with another soul's life production or yours. Somebody has to, right? You have soul contracts to fulfill. Everyone's lessons fit together like a puzzle piece. From a Kemetic Science paradigm, limiting a person's experience because something may be considered a sin would be counterproductive in the education of the soul or even fulfilling the soul contract. What you consider a sin may be a catalyst for the other soul to gain wisdom. If you don't do your act, the opportunity to gain wisdom is lost. That doesn't mean there aren't consequences, but sin, punishment, and hell are not part of the Kemetic spiritual science paradigm. This is where understanding Osiris as a function of nature and cycles comes in. As a soul, you have cycles of life based on working through your life lessons. If you don't learn the lesson, you get the chance to live another life and work it all out in a different way. And most times with the same souls playing different parts. The church made up sin to keep you under control and living in fear. A byproduct of fear of sinning and going to hell is that it keeps you locked in life cycles you don't work through. Fear is one of the main emotions we must work through in many areas of our lives while incarnated on earth. You do not need to be saved because of the original sin of Adam and Eve. Original sin is an idiotic and psychologically brutal doctrine. It's anti-human. Let's quickly analyze the concept of original sin via an analogy. Here's the analogy. Your mother and father committed a crime that you have to go to jail for. Your children must serve time for, and your children's children have to serve time for unless they profess Jesus as their Savior. Just by the words, they're cured and no longer have to serve time for the crime of their forebears. Doesn't that sound stupid? That's the concept of original sin. The imaginary disease invented to sell you the cure of a savior that will wash you white as snow. Don't fall for it. Trying to live your life free of the religious idea of sin is impossible. Live your life. Enjoy it to the fullest. Love hard and live on the edge of your comfort zone. Create life on your terms. You won't burn forever. You get to learn forever. Reginald Kuakaru, out.